Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. The next episode of Red Valkyrie is about to start.
Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome to another episode of Red Valkyrie. I am your host, Shae the Red, and I am here. I am so excited. You guys have no idea. I am here with the unbelievable talent, Alector Fencer. How are you, madam?
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
I love your
I've parted
ears.
my ears differently today.
I love your hair. I love your ears, and you're totally fitting into the background.
I tried so very hard. Like I stared at this campaign forever and I went, it's too good. I can't do it. I can't do it. There's no way. It's just too good. Your artwork, ma'am. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It is I'm happy to see that we got a lot of people who already know who you are in the chat, and thank you all so much for coming down. I also know that there's a lot of people in this chat who have never seen your artwork, and I am 1,000% like, all right, no, this is happening. So we're gonna roll straight into it. Let's start with your video, because I think that your video it seems adorable. So we're gonna put your video on, and I haven't seen it all the way through, but I'm excited to watch it. Does it sound good to you?
Yeah, sounds great.
Perfect. Give you a chance to catch your breath.
Hi, I'm Claudia Schmidt. I'm the creator of the graphic novel series Myre. In 2014, I had my very first campaign that set off the entire story of Yria and created this amazing big book.
Oh my gosh.
And now it's time to continue with the story. Let's take the ride together.
What started as a vague dream many years ago has grown into a big story that takes place in the vast world of Yria. Myre is an extensive comic project of mine. In it, the fiercely self-reliant Myre wanders the hauntingly beautiful desert realm of Yria with her trusty Mount Varuk, making colorful enemies and shady friends who propel her towards a destiny she can't yet know. The next volume of Myre is going to reveal an even broader spectrum of the world of Yria and leads you further into the story. Experience through the eyes of the characters, their way of living, and the dangers they have to endure. As the story evolves, new characters will be brought to life and contribute their part to the unique tapestry of Irian lore. Now it is finally time to continue with Myre's story and lead you further into the deserty and barren world from where her journey began. With your support, you will allow me to do nothing else but to focus entirely on breathing life in and the world in which they live. The storyboarding has begun, and all brushes are ready to fire up.
A story can only be told after it is finished, and no one ever knows when it has begun. Myre didn't know that she had already taken her first steps into her own lore, that she had already set our world in motion for the change that would come. We all have the Book of Life on our shelves, but the traveler is the one who reads it.
Oh my gosh. Girl, that is insanity.
The voice, by the way, the voice is by 2's Shady. I don't know if you guys know him. He is a YouTuber as well, and he reads creepy stories. And sometimes when I draw a lot of pictures and I'm in the rendering phase and I'm more in the phase where I can listen to stuff like stories or audiobooks, I listen to creepy stories, and I really love that. I don't know why. It gives me this cozy bonfire feeling.
I'm the same way. I love scary stories,
Yes,
especially when they're
channel.
dramatically read.
Yeah, exactly. And 2's Shady has his own channel here on YouTube, and his stories are so amazing. And when I listened to him for the first time, I thought, oh my goodness, this is Boozer, this is Boozer, this is the character I really have to contact the guy to,
Right?
to speak for Boozer. And he did. And oh my gosh, I'm so proud of this.
Oh, it's so good. It's so oh my gosh. Okay. Back into host mode. This is like I'm not even remotely joking. This isn't me gaslighting despite my name, right? I'm not gaslighting you at all.
But you're all right.
Right. Watching that video, like that made me like I was like, I'm about to cry. Oh my gosh. Like it just has the perfect feel. It has the perfect art to go with it. Your passion like drips off of every piece that you do. You have people in this chat who've been like, oh, I've been following, Alector Fencer for years on DeviantArt, and now I see a book and it's, oh my gosh. And this is the second book. So if you missed on the first, guys, like there are still ways to get it. We actually have links to the store, to Alector's wonderfully gorgeous store that has all of these amazing books that I'm dying to get my hands on, as well as there is this same campaign, but on your store for people who don't have a credit card, as you were saying before, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's it happened before. The first time I ran a campaign on Indiegogo was in 2014 when they still had PayPal open, but they actually had to take it down and change the credit card because of safety reasons. And also because Kickstarter and other platforms, they ran into so many scammers that PayPal said, okay, no, we are out of it. And I saw the opportunity to offer the same perks via my online store. It does mean a lot more work, but it actually works out well because I have lists and stuff. And yeah, it made many people happy with the campaign I ran for Honda of Dreams last year. So I thought I can do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Who did your music for your trailer?
That was by Fox Amour, and he and I, we've been great friends for a very long time, and he's such a great composer. His real name
is he also on YouTube?
He's I think he has a YouTube channel, but he is mostly on Bandcamp. I can throw you a link if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. Put that link in the chat, and I'll put it out to everybody out there. Oh my goodness. We have so many great people that are hanging out in the chat. Thank you all for coming out. I agree. I had, where did it go? Wolverine had a comment where he said that he keeps asking himself, is this going to be a multiplayer? And then he remembers it's not a video game. Because it's just, it's just that good. It just looks that good.
The first time I promoted Myre as a graphic novel, I actually received many emails by people who were working in the game industry, and they applied to me. They sent real applications, and they thought I was making a game, and they wanted to hop on it. And I felt so flattered, and went like, guys, that's one of the biggest dreams of mine, yeah, but maybe in the future this is just a comic for now. I need to tell the story first. But hey, it would be amazing, something like an open world game, because Yria is such a huge world building.
Oh yeah. And the thing is I mean, we've got games that, do aspects of what it looks like you're doing in this comic. It would be insane to actually play through this, but I think that if you keep telling these stories like you have been, it would be the easiest pitch in the world. It'd be like, oh, all of your concept art done. It's in this book. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here's 2 books. They cover all of your concept art. Pay me all of the money now. Like, oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to let you go to your pitch now and stop gushing for like 2 seconds because I don't know how long I can hold out. But you go ahead and tell us, what is Myre? What is it about?
So I hope I'm pretty good at live talking. Normally I have something prepared for this, but hey.
You are going to be beautiful and fine. Don't you even worry about it.
Yeah. I love this cozy hangout. Yeah, Myre is Myre is a really expansive world building project of mine, and it actually started off with lots of landscapes and just a couple of dreams of, I want to have a character who moves around in that landscape. And around the time, which was back in 2011, which was a really long time ago. Oh my gosh. I started putting out the very first concept pictures. And there was Myre going around in that world. And she has been a character whom I actually dreamt about because I was so invested in those landscapes and those ideas that I started dreaming about the character. And I just kept drawing her, and she kind of grew along with me as I grew as an artist, because I wanted to create convincing images and convincing character designs.
Yeah, I'd say that you did a very good job.
Thank you. And with each picture, more and more story actually built up. And at some point, even though I didn't really know what I was going for, I just said, okay, one day I'm going to make a comic. That was back in 2012. So here's a picture. I'm making a comic about Myre. And even though I did not have any experience in comic making whatsoever or any story yet, I just pitched Myre. So a fan base formed around Myre, and people were actually expecting it to happen. And 2014 was the first time I actually really did the jump of faith and went for it. I said, okay, I'm making the comic, I'm making the world building, and I'm going to make this real now. And it actually, it really set me off to that massive world building that it is now. So it all happens in the world of Yria. I call the world where all of this takes place. It's called Yria, where the character Myre and her dragon mount Varuk live a rather, almost, I would say, nomadic life. They just stumble around places to find the next breakfast, and they don't really have any goals. So what happens in the story itself is I introduce Myre and her way of living, but the further we go into the story of Myre, the more she stumbles into characters who push her towards something she doesn't actually want to agree to, but she has to kind of comply with it. So she stumbles into problems and issues that rip her out of her daily life. And the further we go into the story, the more of the historic events of Yria itself is going to be revealed that have connection to Myre herself. So she's a very important character, which all the story is based around, which is why I decided to name the story Myre and not just Chronicles of Yria.
Right.
Yeah. And yeah, when the first book is basically like the platform, the setup for the characters, the most important characters. But the second book, I'm now almost halfway through the storyboarding of the second book, is so expansive. It's so rich. It opens up to so much more character growth and dialogue and happenings and more depth into what is actually going on.
Yeah.
And
This is
I'm so
it's
excited.
it's breathtaking. So, and this is what I was telling you backstage, but this panel specifically with this reflected bridge,
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, I am never going to try art ever again. Like, not even a little bit. That is absolutely stunning. That is probably one of the best ways I think I've seen somebody really show, like, this is a grand city. This is a huge entrance. It's opulent. It's very kind of expensive and hoity-toity. And it reminds me of when you're playing those MMOs and you've been hanging out in a desert for like 30 hours and you finally make it to a big city. You go walking and you're just like, it's gold. Oh my gosh. Like that is what that panel screams to me. You do an amazing job at selling this. It's unbelievable.
Oh, thanks so much. It was really what I was going for with Aran City. And I really wanted to just show that not everything on Yria is barren and run down. And there is some sort of relief. But of course, things like in every big city, things can happen there. And it's a big, bubbly, living, breathing city. So I wanted to show this and wanted to see how rich Aran is in that world, because they have a tree, they have water, they have ventilation, and they have all the merchants. I currently don't have a picture open of the city from top view. It's actually seen in volume 1. It has something like 6 entrances coming from all directions, and it has all merchant routes. So yeah, they are living a pretty nice life there.
Yeah, that definitely seems like it. We actually had a question a little earlier on, right here. Tyler says, geez, these pages are gorgeous. How long does it take per page?
Oh, yeah, it really, really depends what setting I have, what I have planned for. There are some pages that went fairly quickly, about 1 day for one page, that only contain something like a landscape and a few panels, where I have the light setting and the color mood and everything prepared already. But there are also some pages that can take me up to a week. So it always depends on what happens. I got one page where I got a war scene going on. It's like a reflection of like a historic event on Yria. And one of my characters actually reminisces about his past experiences while Myre talks to him. She tells him, yeah, you're like an old guy, you're in the gutter and so what the hell are you telling me? And so he goes on like, yeah, I've just seen a couple of buildings, but then in the background you can see those vast landscapes and big wars going on. And that page took me something like 1.5 weeks, like nonstop, going for, I don't know, 15 hours per day. It was crazy sometimes.
Oh my gosh, that's insanity. I mean, I do that, but I'm military with a part-time job. So like when I work 15 hours a day, it's expected because I mean, I have 2 jobs, you know, but you're over here like 15 hours a day. I'm just drawing. Like, how did you not cramp? Like, how many times did you get up and like, we're going to do yoga for 10 minutes because everything hurts? Like,
I do actually have a very strict routine where I have to add exercise to it. Otherwise, I would just fall over and
I wholeheartedly believe that. Sitting in this chair streaming, and I do not sit in this chair and stream for anywhere near as long as what you just said. And I already get like a pinch down my sciatic nerve. I'm like, oh man, I need a better chair. This is horrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
I actually managed to time box my routine a lot better now so that I have more free time, but I can be more productive.
Good. We also had a question early on. Jens Richard said, sorry for not knowing, is that reflection not just a Photoshop effect? And before you answer, Wolverine had said, if it is just a Photoshop effect, I'd be disappointed given the skill she's showing off in every other panel. I'd understand, but she's obviously good enough to not need it.
Well, I can explain. This is actually, it's not a Photoshop effect, but it's something you can easily do in Photoshop. which is basically you paint your background first.
Mhm.
And yeah, you have to put in all the work anyway. So you paint your background, then you copy all the information of the image that you got and put it on a separate layer. Then you flip it around and then you just set the opacity on low.
Oh, so you set it so it's lower. I
Exactly.
gotcha.
And yeah, and then you have to make a couple of corrections, like for example with the perspective. And it's
Yeah.
pretty easy actually, but it's like the really the reflection was the last thing I did on that picture. Everything
Well,
beforehand.
and that's the thing is we've got people that are being paid ridiculous amounts of money to make their comics, and I've watched them literally take a stock photo of something and colorize it and then be like, that's my
Whoa.
background. And I was like, that is so cheap. What is wrong with you?
Oh wow.
So the fact that, I mean, you still are painting every bit of this and then just flipping it around, that would be what I would do. I feel like that is understandable completely. But it's just breathtaking, and to have the idea of it and making sure that you've cut it at the right place, and so when you're flipping it, you're getting all of the information that you need and that it's actually reflecting like it would. Even though you say it's easy, I feel like I would jack it up very, very easily.
I should maybe make some small, really easy tutorial for it. That's a cool idea,
Yeah.
actually.
You should. Absolutely, you should. You have your own YouTube channel, correct?
Yeah, I got my own YouTube channel, and just recently I started uploading a couple of not speed paints, but time-lapse videos of me painting. And maybe in the future, if time allows,
Yeah.
I will upload more things. I'm actually just getting into camera setting and video editing.
So
and-
much fun, isn't it?
Yeah, once you're in it, it's actually a lot of fun because more and more
yeah.
options come towards you. You can suddenly work with effects and you can add so much more things, and then more ideas pop up. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
And all of a sudden you're a
Absolutely.
content creator. Oh dear.
Yeah, it's trust me, I feel that in a very real way. We just recently got monetized, so I'm happy to have you on a channel that is monetized. I was very excited.
This is for you.
Oh, thank you. You're such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh, I love you. You're amazing. Yeah, this project is just absolutely stunning, and I will never be able to say enough nice things about it. Yeah, and Unicorn Cat, I wholeheartedly agree with you. And thank you for coming by. I have not seen you before, so I'm assuming you are coming for our beautiful guest. But copying a layer might sound easy, but you have to know how. And it's hard enough to create a traditional, believable style digitally. That's what I admire here. And I wholeheartedly agree.
Thank you so much.
You do great stuff. Thank you, Froggy, for finding Alector's YouTube channel too. I will copy that and add it into the description so other people can find it if you're watching this on replay. Because I am all about making sure you can get every last bit of the wonderful Miss Alector over here.
Oh,
seriously,
thank you so much.
You're I'm totally in awe.
You are so sweet. All of you guys are really sweet. Thank you so much for showing up here.
Yes. I love how many people have come to hang out, especially everyone knows this. I'm military, but I don't do early mornings. They have to threaten me to make me get out of bed early.
Oh.
And they do a good job because, they tell me if I don't get out of bed early, they'll arrest me for abandonment. So I'm like, oh, I guess I'll get out of bed then. It's the only reason.
It's really kind of you. What time is it for you right now?
So it's not too early. It's currently almost 10:30. I normally, if I have my way, I stay up until about 4 a.m, and then I will wake up at like about now. But
night owl.
Yeah, I very much prefer staying up late. But to highlight this project, literally would have moved my schedule anywhere. I've done for Oli 656, that whole 656 crew. I stayed up until 1 a.m. and
Nice.
so I could stream with them because that's when all their crew was available. I was like, whatever you need.
That's dedication, guys.
Yeah, it's because if I really like a project and I really like my my guests that I'm having on and what they've got, like I'm willing to do whatever I need to for it, for sure. Because you guys bust your asses to give us good stuff. And David, thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. Well, this 5 CHF. I forget what that is.
Schweizer Franken.
There we go. Thank you.
I think so. It must be that, yeah.
I was gonna say, I was like, Franks?
Yeah.
So, anyway, thank you very much, sweetheart. Clout for the clout gods, chat for the chat's throne. Congrats on getting monetized. Thank you so much, sweetie. That is amazing. Okay.
Work is great. Oh, you put in so much work and so much dedication. Even your makeup, it's so great. I'm so totally flashed.
I just threw this together real quick and totally didn't think about it for a very long time, and then order fox ears online to make sure that I've got. Oh, I was like, I have to do the ears, and I went, oh, I don't want to make them. I'm just gonna order them. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's go over your tiers so people know how they can back you, because I want to make sure we get you. I mean, you don't need my help. You're already doing phenomenal. Let's be real. $42,469 US. Unbelievable. Insane.
Absolutely. However, I was ever so nervous because of all the things that are happening in the world right now. The pandemic, riots going on, natural catastrophes, and everybody is in a certain way suffering because of all the news that just keep happening, and 2020 is just pounding us with problems all the time. And I thought, I don't know if I can make this. I don't know if I should self-promote. I was trying to help others as well, and trying to be some sort of a good light, but self-promotion is always, it seems to be so egoistical. And I even I had many conversations with friends and family, and they said, I can totally understand your feeling, but you have to do it now, and maybe it will work. Just try to have some faith. Let's do the Dutch thing here, but in me you can have faith.
So the thing that I think is funny, and every artist I have ever come across suffers from this. They're like, I don't want to promote myself. It makes me feel like I'm really self-centered and egotistical. And every time I hear that, I go, if you don't promote yourself, how is anyone going to know how amazing you are? Because you're going to sit in the corner, you're going to be quiet, and every now and then you might post something, and unless you get people that have time on their hands and dedication, like and even still, they'll push you once or twice, but they've got their own lives and their own things going on. They're not going to be able to push you all the time. And for someone like you, ma'am, you had better start promoting yourself a hell of a lot more then, because oh my gosh, you are insanely talented. And I have 33 people steady right now watching this, because they saw this art. They hear you talk. You are humble to a fault. And it's so adorable. But oh my gosh, please push yourself out there and let people know that you exist, because this is beautiful stuff. And just like Froggy said, we can only help Shill so much, especially because there's a lot of stuff that people, come to us and ask if we can help promote. Frog is always going through and hitting up as many links and campaigns as he can and pushing out stuff as much as possible. But we also have to make sure you don't do too much. Otherwise, people start to mute you. And because I'm not the artist, I can't engage with people. I can't be like, oh, this is my process. I'm like, her art's pretty. And that's about all I got. It's really pretty, though.
Oh, so, you really have no idea how much this means to me.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you on.
Oh, it's really unbelievably beautiful. And thank you so much for believing in me and for giving me strength to make these projects.
Yes.
In a way, art and stories. I enjoy art and stories as well a lot. Actually, I consume a lot of it, and they help me to find more ideas and solutions, even for everyday problems. and they also take me away to other worlds. And I think this is also very important these days, to have something like this, to have something that the mind can just wander in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wolverine wants to know, is it all digital?
It's all digital, yeah.
Okay.
But I used to do lots of traditional work as well, so I still love pencil sometimes. But it's not for the comic, because otherwise I would drown in paper.
Absolutely. And Past Master Dan says, how much longer on the Myre campaign? So I know that we've got 7 days left. Thank you very much, Dixie. Are you going in demand?
I'm actually not sure yet, because I have not read about the rules about in demand.
So funding, which means that you have the option to go in demand. If you go in demand, whatever you close out at, that amount is going to be the first installment paid out to you. And then for as long as you're in demand, I think it's every 30 days thereafter, they do a cutoff and then they send you that difference. So whatever happened in the month after, and then 2 months after, and then 3 months after, until you're out of in demand. And you can be in demand for quite a while. There's people that have been in demand. Usually it's recommended up until you go ready to go to print, because then you can you cut it off and say, this is how many I need to print. But yeah,
oh cool, this is how it works. So how I understood it was, when I go in demand, Indiegogo actually wants me to fulfill all the pledges within that timeline that I set up for the deadline. You know, I set it for 2022, because this is basically 2 years, which is roughly what it takes me to make a project of this, from idea to print. So I thought in demand is only for people who are currently in production already.
So technically you're storyboarding that is in production.
Actually, yeah.
Justin, I agree with, go in demand, because I can't back right now. So go in demand so I can back you in a couple of weeks.
Okay, I will look into it. Thanks a lot for the suggestion and for the explanation.
Yes. Absolutely. This is what we do here. All right, so let's go over your tiers so people know what you've got to offer. So your featured tier is the Encounter. What is that?
Yeah, the Encounter. I always try to name the perks, the rewards that you can get after certain things that can happen in the story. So I always make kind of like a little story based things. So Encounter is one of the basic upper tiers, where you can get it. Actually, what it shows right now is less than what I've updated. I updated all the perks, so they have more stuff now. Wow. I think it comes with 1 more or 2 more prints. I actually have to look it up again. And yeah, your name in the book, you will actually have your name printed inside of the book. And in the acknowledgement section, I already have ideas how to make it really pretty, and I want to make it very flourishing and nice. And yeah, it comes with a massive bundle of high resolution artworks. It's 18 big high resolution 4K plus artworks that you see on the campaign, in the video. So you can use them as wallpapers, or you can print them out for home for your own usage. Just don't sell them. That's all.
Wow.
I will sign it, and you will also get a card. So I always love packing books. It's a lot of work and it takes a lot of time, but seeing all the print material, and I have those really nice golden pens, signing books and touching the books and getting them ready for shipment it's such a great reward for myself. So I always want to make sure that the person who actually helped me realize the dream has something they can hold on to, something really nice that I also touched. So it's not outsourcing or anything. It's
right. So there's that personal aspect.
Exactly.
Absolutely. That's absolutely gorgeous. Okay. So if you just want to support, you can do €5. And that gets you a discount at your store, correct?
Yeah, and what else did it have? Yeah, it has a discount. I think I might actually add some 2 wallpapers to it. And sometimes I just
You're
surprise.
so sweet.
I sometimes just like to surprise my my backers and also my Patreons, patron supporters. They sometimes just get something that I don't advertise for. It's like, oh, really spontaneous. Here, I got something for you.
You're a lot like, you see this Jay Krager for Hammer that says Morning All. He does that too. He came onto my channel and we were talking about his campaign, and he was like, I'm gonna give away some stuff. And he's like, do a raffle. And I went, okay, yeah, give me just a second. I wasn't ready for a raffle. I was like, we'll do a raffle 5 minutes before we stop. And I was like trying to like bring everything up and be like, okay, I got this. We can do it. But
it's really cool, yeah.
And another one who does that is phenomenal with it is Sketchy Raven. Every time she's doing a campaign, she's like, I think I'm adding stickers. I think I'm just going to throw in some cards. And she's like, I just want you to feel like you're totally like almost ripping me off because I want you to feel like you're getting that good of a deal. And I'm like, okay, that's a little aggressively put, but sure, yeah.
I'm the same way. I'm currently, there's one of the bigger perks if you scroll down, 201. It's Romping Stomping. And it comes with a book plate. So a book plate is basically like a printed version of an image, a very intricate image. It actually has a very historical meaning. Back then in the 1800s, they printed them by hand, and they marked the ownership of the person who has the book. So it actually contains the name in handwritten manner with ink and stuff like this. And I this time I actually played around with the design of the book plate for Romping Stomping, and I'm planning to make it really, really big. I really want to come up with something that has you thrown against the wall when you open the book. It's like, wow. So let's see what I come up with.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. And if you back at this level, you're getting a 30% discount at your store. And I'm telling you guys, check out her store. It's in the description. There are other projects you're going to want. Trust me. Cause I went on there and went, well, shit, I need like $500 for everything that I'm going to want to get, because I just want to keep like, I want this and I want that and 2 of these, and I give that away as a gift for someone else. And I was just like, nope, I need to back out for a minute.
It's so sweet. Oh, thank you.
You have a lot of really great stuff. Okay. So we've got, the Seedling Collector for €12. So that is packed with some high-res art and a 10% discount at the store. So basically, if you're wanting the first book, because that's where you can get it, is on your store, correct?
Yeah. Well, no, actually, no. Sorry.
No?
I was reading a comment.
Okay, where do we get the first book?
Hang on. Sorry. Okay. The things that you see as perks right now are very exclusive to the campaign.
Right.
Yeah. So when you go to my shop and you see Myre Volume 1 and Haunt of Dreams and the other offers, this is basically outside of the campaign.
Right.
And after the campaign is closed, I won't offer any of these special things anymore.
Right. I'm meaning just if people are just wanting book 1. Like if they missed out on book 1, they can get that on your store.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
No, you're fine. So this is what I was gonna say. This is good marketing, you see. You back here, okay, and you get all of your awesome goodies for book 2, and then you get whatever your discount is for whatever level you backed at, and then you go to the store and then you buy book 1.
Exactly.
See how she did that? She did that for you guys. So make sure that that's what you're doing. You got to back here, get your awesome discount, and then go to her store and go get your first book. And that first book is basically just order and then regular print ship time, right?
Yeah. I did that because I know about shipping costs now. I have a lot of experience about shipping out
Yep.
books and boxes and measurements and costs. So it's actually now knowing how heavy Myre is with 180 pages and a thick
Yes.
hardcover book. It's like 1.3 kilograms of book,
Oh.
like a big tome. When I sent out 2 of them in a bundle, it would cost so much money to ship out. Oh my gosh. So it's actually cheaper for me to send them out separately. So if somebody decides to back Myre Volume 2 and has a discount, they can actually get Volume 1 earlier. Of course, unfortunately, with Corona, the United States are currently still in lockdown when it comes to shipping.
Mm-mm.
But I might be onto something. I'm actually calling a service tomorrow morning and ask them about their shipping prices. So I might be able to ship out books earlier
Ooh.
until DHL decided to return to the regular business.
Yeah,
Because,
absolutely.
I got a couple of very patient people waiting for Volume 1 to be shipped.
Well, and
And
there's nothing
yeah.
there's nothing that you could really do about that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, nobody was expecting a pandemic that was going to derail everybody's lives for
Oh, yeah.
the better part of 2020 so far. I'm still, like I said, I'm military, and I'm still like, wow, it really, really affected a lot, like a lot more than I would have considered.
It did. But it just shows how well we hold together and how many great ideas we come up with to deal with the situation.
Mhm.
I've seen so many positive things also happening.
Oh yeah,
people
for sure.
supporting each other and just tap each other's back and say, you can do this. And so many artists also offering their services for free and things like that. It's amazing. I really like that too. It's
Oh,
a
I
great
agree.
aspect. It belongs to it too.
So we had a question from Jens Richards. He says, "Do the characters crossbreed?"
Yeah, that was the comment that totally distracted me for a minute.
I believe it. When you had a hitch and you were like, whoa, like, yeah, that sounds about right. Or is it just not something that we talk about?
The basically the animals that you see on Yria, they are based on animals that we know in our world, but they are stylized.
Okay.
So that gives me, as an artist, it gives me the freedom to do whatever I want with an animal. So when I want to have a wolf with horns, yeah, so be it. It's just like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It works out. So yeah, they can crossbreed, of course. I treat them as normal people. It's like I basically, even though they all look different and there are so many various animals hopping around that world, I just treat them as if they were all the same species. It's like they can do whatever they like. Whatever comes out of it is just the more fun, isn't it?
Justin also wants to know, is there going to be more books after Myre 2?
Oh yeah. Oh, the story is just beginning. Oh dear.
Oh my goodness. Do you know about how many you're hoping for?
At first I was planning for 3 books. But now knowing how the story in book 2 is evolving, I actually have to make decisions now how the story is ending. And my great co-author and my co-author is Nico Janssen, and he's also known as Kaki Doggy on Twitter. He's a great photographer, and he also has a great podcast that I love listening to. I can link it later.
Yes, absolutely. Throw all the links. I will toss them all out in this chat so everyone can find them.
And yeah, we actually have to make a decision now where Myre is going and how everything is evolving. I mean, I have the ending already. I have it in my mind. I know how it all ends, but yeah, certain things they just stretch. Time is stretching. Characters are evolving. So right now we are at book 4 in the planning, basically.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So we've got at least 4 coming, if not quite a bit more.
In total, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. Lots of tears stuff.
Okay, we never finished your tiers because we keep getting distracted by awesomeness. So your Oh Darn tier, you get a 10% discount in the store. You get a bunch of high-res art. You get a PDF of 20 pages of Myre 2. So is that like the first 20?
Yeah, the first 20 to set it all off. Because I haven't planned to release Myre as PDF yet. Maybe I will do it in when everything is out in print, when all the books are out and the story has been told. I can actually start releasing everything online, but it will take a lot of time from now.
Yeah.
So for those who are waiting for Myre to come out, oh darn, and all the tiers up from then, it actually comes with the first 20 pages.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, you can actually dive in a little bit and see how it's going, see how the style is, and how the story may evolve.
So Riding Shotgun is the first level where you can actually get Myre.
Yeah.
And for everybody who is curious, because it does calculate out to $41 plus whatever the shipping is going to be, which I'm sure is not going to be necessarily cheap. It is 180 pages hardcover. That is a steal. You are still getting one hell of a deal. So this isn't some 20-page floppy. This isn't some like little rinky-dink book. She has a giant hardcover book that is beautiful and filled with all of this gorgeous, gorgeous artwork. So something that is that big, $40 is nothing. That is super cheap.
I had so many comments coming in from people who bought and who backed Myre, and they said, I had to raise my shelves because of your book.
Yeah, because it's too big. It's a big book.
It is. It's very tall.
David Feed wanted to know, is it all ages PG-13 or rated R?
They are suitable for children.
Okay.
Yeah, it does come with coarse language. That's what the characters are. Sometimes the characters come in situations where they have to fight, where they beat up each other, and there are some blood splatters. But so far, I haven't made any really harsh gore or any sexual themes. There won't be any sexual themes, so that's all clean.
Okay.
But blood and coarse language happens. It's Yria. It's like, yeah, they sometimes say stuff to each other.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The great thing is, I'm very surprised. Myre has been translated in German and published by Splitter Verlag.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm so proud.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Oh, so wait, hold on. If somebody wants the German version, is there a way they can get that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can actually link it to you in a second.
Yeah.
Even though Myre, in the first few sections, she stumbles across a gang of outlaws who don't treat her very nicely. Okay. So she gets roughed up. And there's also blood. Nevertheless, even though there are some scenes that are kind of harsh and words are being thrown around, I have some very young readers in Germany. Like the youngest was 8 years old, and he said, like, can you draw a rook for me? And I went like, oh, hi there. It was
my
really
goodness.
cute. Yeah.
You've got all sorts of love and fans. This is crazy. And David says, I think I've seen your book in the comic shop in my town.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Wonderful. That's wonderful.
Oh, that's so great. Hey, David, if you do, you need to snap a picture the next time you see it and then post that on Twitter. I really want to see like in the wild Myre.
Oh yeah, if you post pictures on Twitter of your books, I always retweet them because I'm always so happy to see it.
Oh, that's awesome.
When you find books in bookstores, I retweet that as well, and it's always great to see. And Myre has been there. There's some interest in Myre Volume 1 in the Netherlands.
Okay.
There was always something that they almost went for it, but then Corona happened, unfortunately.
Oh,
And it might get published in France one day, but
very cool.
yeah, as far as I know, is the French, they actually want to see Myre continue. So I think they made experience before where one comic hits and they publish it, but then the artists
goes away.
the artists say,
Yeah.
okay, fuck it, I'm not going to.
Right, because nobody wants to just get part of a story and left with a cliffhanger and then feel that unfulfilledness. That's horrible. And speaking of,
yeah.
we have a
Oh.
question. So do you have to read the first book to catch up on the story, or can you step in on book 2 and still go without a problem?
I advise to read the first book because it's very connected. I have so many hints, and the story is one motion, basically. It's one flow. You actually have to read the first one to get the next one.
Okay.
You could of course step right into the first one, but you might not get all the hints and
Into
why
the second,
Myre
you
is
mean?
doing. Sorry.
You mean you could step into the second, but be a little bit
could,
out?
yeah,
Okay.
you could, but you would be kind of out of it. It would be still quite the experience, but you would not really necessarily understand why Myre is in her current predicament.
Right.
Yeah.
Hatch has a question. So he went to go to the website and it has cookies on the site, and he was a little wary about enabling them. Do you know what they're used for your store? Because he's wanting to get the first book.
Oh, don't worry about the cookies. Unfortunately, cookies are law in Germany, so we all have to set up cookies. Otherwise, there are weird firms coming up and say, hey, you have to pay a fine because you didn't show up cookies. I don't use your information. I would never repost any of your private information. All that comes in my store and will come in my lists are stored with me. I would never share any of your personal information, so it's all pretty safe with me. So don't worry. And if you have questions, you can always
cookies are
contact
enabled
me.
to avoid a fine, is what you're saying.
No, they are actually they help pages to. I actually don't really understand cookies myself so well, but they enable certain services also when it comes to search engines. I don't use search engines and Google Analytics and things like that. I'm not that much of a stalker myself.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty lax when it comes to those things.
Yeah.
In my little tiny mini firm, I'm the CEO. I produce, I pack stuff myself, so I'm the only person, basically. Yeah.
And Hatch just wants to make sure that he wasn't trying to accuse you of anything. He just wasn't aware of the law there. And so it's always good to ask. There's no one should ever feel bad about asking when it comes to something like that. If you have a question and you're concerned about your information, please. That's why we do this stream, because I have her right here. You can just straight up ask her, and it's so much easier.
I'm super transparent about anything. You can ask me whatever you like, and I'm here to answer.
See, and this is why I knew, like, when I started reaching out and I was like, I'd like to bring you on my show, and you were like, that would be amazing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I already love her.
Oh my goodness, there's Kiko. Hi, Kiko.
Yeah, Kiko's been chilling. So Justin wanted to know.
My co-author Kaki is in here. Oh my goodness. Hi.
Oh, what's up, co-author? Hold up. How you doing?
Oh my goodness. You won't believe him. He is so amazing. He's such a good writer. I can just boast about his amazing writing. Without him, awesome. Volume 2 wouldn't be the same. Absolutely. He gives me so many great ideas.
That is awesome. That is super awesome. Okay, I got a couple more questions coming through. Justin wants to know, how do you contact publishers in Europe? My artist is from Hungary, and I like her style. I think it's something that Europeans might enjoy.
Yeah, the best thing is to look for publishers that print books that are in the style that you're looking for. That's how I found Splitter. There, I saw they make big comic books, and it's pretty much a style that I was going for. Mm-hmm. So I contacted them and I asked them actually if they were interested. So it's always the best to ask a publisher first if they want to see your portfolio or your idea or even your finished book, because sometimes they ignore your messages if you just email them with all the stuff that you got. So it's always best to ask politely if they are interested to take a look, and that's always the best way to go
great.
for. Yeah. So.
Froggy wants to know, are there any amphibious beings in Yria asking for a friend?
There are.
Yay! Froggy's now backing 3 times. He's like, yeah, they've got frogs. I'm in.
It's the real fun aspects. I love amphibians, and I even have one new outlaw who is one. He's going to be Gecko, and I cannot wait to actually put him in action. And with amphibians, you can just, on an artistic from an artistic point of view, you can exaggerate so many things, like the body composition, the anatomy. It doesn't really matter. You can make it just look cool and work somehow.
Exactly.
That's why I enjoy them. The only thing that does not exist on Yria are anthro dragons. So anthropomorphic dragons don't exist. But dragons, yeah.
Regular dragons that are
regular
still
dragons.
bestial.
Yeah.
Got you.
They're a thing.
Jens Richards wants to know, will you return to tapas?
I've been on, oh goodness, so good. I've been on tapas. I actually went back there yesterday to check if something happened around Haunt of Dreams. And I was so surprised to see how many followers I got there, because I abandoned tapas so many months ago when I had so much stress because of book release. Haunt of Dreams didn't work really well at first as online publication. So I thought, okay, it would be best to bring out the book first and let it roll, and then maybe come back on tapas at some point again. And I was really close on making an update about, hey guys, I'm here, I'm aware, things have happened, I have abandoned tapas, but I might be back in the future. So yeah, I might be back. Yeah.
Maybe. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We also wanted to say Hatch says he is backer 445. Thank you so much, sir. And he says he will get volume 1 in a week or 2 of the site. So
thank you.
That is so great. Thank you so much for the support. And also, thank you for the $2, sir. Congrats on Super Chat, Shae. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. That is awesome. It's exciting. It's so weird. It's such a different world. People are like, oh, here's money. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
Right? It's like, here's money. And you're like, oh, I'm a content creator. I must do more things to reward more people.
Exactly. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing enough.
It's the same with Patreon. I always try to give out all the things that I can.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you give me money. It's like, what can I do now to make you happy?
Yeah, it's so crazy. We are always so grateful for everyone who comes by. Girl, we are terrible. We haven't even talked about this one. We've been sitting on this perk for I don't even know how long. We have not said a single thing about it. We just keep getting so sidetracked because it's so much fun to talk to you. We have so many great, wonderful questions and everything going on in the chat. So
it's a journey,
right?
It's a journey, yeah.
Okay, so this is the last tier that we haven't gone over, and this one is about $118 US. It's 100 euro. Oh my goodness, you get a lot with this. So you get the signature collectible card, your name highlighted. So not just in, but special highlighted way of having it in that book.
Super duper golden highlight. Whoop, whoop. Actually, the perk actually has more now. It has 5 prints or even 6 prints extra. And a thank you card. That's all because I reached 3 stretch goals already, so I can add more things.
What are your stretch goals? Let's look at these.
Yeah.
Stretch goals. Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So at 25K, what did we get? There's an extra print.
Yes.
Okay.
Extra print, the 35,000 is really interesting because I will pull the backers together and then we create a small comic strip together. And
Oh,
I want to
wow.
make it vote based on votes where you can pick and choose the setting, the characters, and what they do. And it's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait for it. And it's also going to be printed inside of the book later.
Okay. Fantastic. That is awesome. And then so we've gone 35. It's just basically you have extra prints at 25 and 30 and 35. We've got the comic strip. So right now, you've
Close.
passed this, haven't you? No, we're talking euros. That's the difference.
Yeah.
I'm in dollars. So how close are you?
I'm pretty close actually because and thanks of my shop, I'm very close to hitting the next stretch goal, which means a nice wooden pin of the design you can see now. And I might actually add something more, but let's see.
you just calm down a tad, and
I know.
you're over here like, I'm giving everything away. Like, honey,
so
we also
thankful.
want you successful. We want you to like eat food and pay rent, like things like that.
The food aspect is really important.
The food aspect. Look, you are in Germany. The food aspect is monumentally important. Okay, I used to go TDY there, and oh my gosh.
Have you ever been to Berlin? Ooh, there's so much food.
Oh, I didn't go to Berlin. I went to Munich, and I was in Garmisch-Partenkirchen. So that's where I like actually was, and then we would go to Munich, and we kind of go around a couple different other places. But yeah, I would like a vacation home in Germany, please. That would be amazing.
Do it in Berlin. It's affordable.
Berlin is bad?
It's affordable. Actually, no,
Affordable.
not
Oh,
only.
okay.
Depends.
You know what? We'll talk after. We'll figure it out, and I will figure out how I'm gonna make enough money that I can go live in Germany, and then we can hang out. It would be great.
Please, if you ever make it to Germany, please get in touch with me. I hope we
Yes!
can stay in touch after this because you're a great person. I love hanging out with you.
Thank you. You're so sweet. We definitely are gonna stay in touch for sure. Oh my gosh. Okay. What did I have? Oh yeah, Wolverine was saying a wooden pin. Whoa, that's different. Is that significantly more expensive?
A wooden pin, in production wise, it's quite expensive.
Mhm.
I want to make it larger, and the reason why I chose wooden pins is because of the natural impact it has that normal animal pins have.
Right.
So a wooden pin has this very beautiful natural structure. That's why I went for, and it's partly a bit more costly, but it's also part of like a little badge of you're belonging to Yria, you're a part of it. It's like almost like a travel ticket.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it especially beautiful. So yeah, I wouldn't say in production it's necessarily too expensive, but it does add up, of course. If the more backers you have, the more the prices add up to the amount that you have to produce.
Yeah.
So the amount I chose to reach that stretch goal actually helps covering all that. Gesundheit.
Well, good. Thank you. Sorry. Oh, it's terrible. And my dog keeps barking because she's such a jerk. Ugh. She knows what she's doing too. She knows that she's supposed to be behaving, and she just doesn't want to. She's such a smart but bratty dog.
Mm-hmm.
So when we started this, you were at 42,469, and I want to see if this number has changed at all. Yep,
Oh,
$42,525. So yay, we got you a couple backings. That's awesome.
wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
It's because you are such a sweet and wonderful person. And I always say how much I love patches, but that wooden pin is actually really badass. And we've got, when we hit 1K, I had this idea because we were getting so close to getting monetized. So we ended up making jackets. And when I say we, I actually have a co-host who has been out of the country for most of this year. And just like Frog is saying here, for the hammer goal, just like Justin is saying here, I absolutely love patches, and I'm putting them all over these bomber jackets that I got us that have our channel logo as a giant patch on the back as a way to kind of show everything that we've supported. So I really want now these wooden pins because I can put a pin on a jacket too very easily.
I hope you make a photo or a video about it.
Oh, trust
when you
me,
have those jackets and they're all covered in those patches, please.
I promise you, I will make posts. My partner should be getting back in October, and I plan on bestowing to them their jacket that they don't know exists because they just heard that we hit monetization and they were like, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy!" I was like, "I know, you were gone. Why were you gone? Don't be gone." But yeah, so I definitely, guys, we got to get her so I can get these wooden pins because I want to add that to both of our jackets so badly. And that's just such a beautiful, unique, perfectly on brand kind of item for you to offer for everyone. So let's do it.
It's also kind of relevant for these days consensus is we want to think about more environmentally friendly products. And I was thinking about a firm. What firm is there somewhere that produces pins that are beautiful but environmentally friendly? So I put on some research and I found a really nice, cute family-based firm in Great Britain, and they make these really beautiful wooden pins.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's the same with my books. They are produced locally. I'm good friends now with the producer of the books. I can go there and check with the printing, and they even hire mentally disabled people who want to be crafty. So
that's cool.
Yeah, they relieve stress and they just enjoy putting books together. So it's all a big workshop of really friendly, cute people who just want to see books coming together. So Myre is also produced in a very environmentally friendly area, and it makes me so happy to see them.
Right, absolutely. Well, and I was gonna say another thing that I really like about the fact that you're doing a wooden pin. For a lot of people who don't know, woodworking is huge in Germany, and it is the way that we talk about, like in the States, we talk about trades, right? And for us, trades are like, oh, you couldn't go through school, that's why you went and did this trade, which, by the way, is the dumbest mentality I've ever heard of, because have the need for a plumber and your PhD doesn't mean crap, okay? If you need a plumber, you need a plumber. Like, your PhD does not help you. But the thing that I loved is when I was in Germany and I was looking around, it is akin to like going to college for us if you decide you're going to go down a woodworking path, because they have master woodworkers that do the most beautiful things you've ever seen. Super intricate, lots of hand carving. I bought so many hand carved boxes and things like that when I was in Germany just because they were so beautiful. I couldn't say no. So you going with a wooden pin and being German is wonderful, because it's like it goes with your brand, it goes with you, it goes with everything, and it's just this wonderful reminder of how amazing indie comics are and how they're not just in the States or they're not just in Europe. Like they're all over, they're worldwide. And I think that's just, it's amazing. It is so good.
I really love the assignments too when you are a woodworker or a plumber. Yeah. As
Yeah.
a plumber, obviously you don't really have to make a beautiful wooden box. But
No, but you have to
on
keep
the
sewage
creative
from
work-
coming into a house.
Yeah.
Like, very important. Just
You have to
saying.
make one.
Have sewage come into your house and
special.
tell me how much you don't need a plumber. Because that'll take about half a second for you to be like, I am so sorry I ever dissed anyone who does this as a profession. Like, please save my home. Oh
I
my
wish.
gosh. Oh, Froggy backed. Thank you so much. You are amazing.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. I want to see the number jump. I love seeing the number jump. Watch me do it too soon and it doesn't. Oh, 610.
wow.
Look at you. Oh, I'm so happy.
I think we even hit the next stretch goal then.
Did we? Did it just happen?
Let's see.
Froggy, did you just get me wooden pins?
Because I see everything in euros. Let's see. Almost.
Oh,
So
how
close.
close are we?
So close.
How close? You're making me want to go back right now.
To see the
need
shop.
to eat
Okay,
food.
let me pull out my calculator.
Ooh.
Okay, let's hit in the numbers. Okay, and let's go over to Indiegogo. Good.
Hatch says the suspense.
I'll be here in a second.
Oh.
Almost. We are like 200 away from hitting the threshold.
Come on, guys. We got this. Oh, it's so gonna happen though. You have 7 days left. There is no way that it is not gonna happen.
Actually, the thing is, I have been planning to add commission perks as well in the next 1 or 2 days. So either tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I'm going to add special limited perks where people can see their characters portrayed in the world of Yria. And it's
no way.
It almost became something like a tradition with the last 2 campaigns I made. And so really fun stories came up with those, and putting somebody else's character in a setting and turning them into a dragon rider or a merchant or some wizard. It's so much fun because
that is awesome.
Yeah, I get to work with them closely and we come up with stories. And so let's see if I will be able to pull them up just right before it closes.
That is so exciting.
Yeah.
So chat, you have been so very active and I thank you all so much for it. Does anybody have any further questions that they would like to ask? We have Michael said, "Woot, I have to buy again," and then a cry laughing emoji. And Justin Dutton says, "So a teddy in Myre?" His entire book is about teddy bears that protect a little girl from the dark.
Oh, that's beautiful. See, I'm seeing the icon right now. Is that the art?
That is the nightmare bear, and it has a bunch of unstitched bears on his back. What? And you can actually, he made that a perk. So if you wanted to, you could go and buy a custom made one of those nightmare bears that has a bunch of the bears coming out of the back, and his eyes glow in the dark.
Oh, wow. So
yeah.
Frog just put up the link to, oh my goodness, that looks so cool.
It doesn't it? I love Unstitched. I was did I get backer 1? I forgot, Justin. I don't remember. I think that I was backer 2 because Frega got 1 and I wanted my teddy bear. So
that is amazing. Also, congratulations on hitting your goal.
Yes, good job, Justin. We were pushing it hard because we wanted him to hit. Fat Steven Seagal, beat of Rian Johnson. Thank you for the $2. So a Fat Steven Seagal can be in it. I'm excited.
Woohoo!
You know what? When she puts up the tier, I'm sure you guys can come to an agreement on how. Oh, and there's only 2 left of the Nightmare Bear for Justin. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
That's great. And yeah,
Nightmare creatures, dreams. I'm totally in for it. Always. Is there another way to back it? I don't have a credit card. Unfortunately, it's not a real thing in Germany.
Really? That's so crazy.
No.
You and I let's talk off air. We'll see if we can come up with something.
Yeah. But it's amazing. It's a great concept.
Oh, you're so sweet. Because I definitely I don't want Justin to miss out on a backer at all. He's been amazing, but also I don't want you to miss out on this. Like, it's an adorable and a really like well done book from what I've seen. And Justin is a great creator. So yes, that's absolutely awesome. Okay, well, we've been going for 1 hour and 16 minutes and it feels like 5. Like, I feel like we've just been hanging out and chilling and it's been wonderful. You guys are so wonderful. Thank you so much for coming out. Please go and back Myre 2. If you missed out on Myre 1, back Myre 2 and get your discount code, and then take that code to the store and get Myre 1. That's exactly what I plan on doing in a couple of weeks here, because if I don't get this book, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry my eyes out. There is no way I cannot get this book. It is far too beautiful. So make sure that you go and back it and see. Yep, Justin, that's exactly what I was gonna say. DM him on Twitter, and if you have PayPal or Cash App, we'll figure it out. That's the exact same thing I was gonna offer Justin. So fantastic. We will absolutely work it out if you're interested.
Yeah, hand me the link and I will go for it.
Fantastic.
It looks amazing because nightmares and dreamscapes, Haunter of Dreams, for example, also had to deal with these things.
Yeah,
I'm just I love these concepts and they're so deep.
We did have we had a last minute question. Aaron wants to know, will you make more of the Leaf Wolf?
Yes, which was another thing that I thought of yesterday because I'm constantly rolling with ideas. I want to make more Leafy Wolves, of course. And yeah, that's something I haven't put out anywhere yet. One day I hope I can make a nice art book of the Leafy Wolf. Yes. Like a little whimsical story, like something small that you that is pocket size that you can have to when you need some leafy, you can just open it and then some leafy
when
art.
You need that little boost to make you feel good, that you just pull it out and be like, oh, so beautiful. I feel so much better.
Tiny bit a little dwelling in the nature.
Absolutely.
But it's all stuff for the future. But whenever I want to relax, I draw the leafy wolf and it helps me calm down. And I'm so happy that so many people like it too.
Oh, good. That's so great. Oh, you know what, Alector, this has been a phenomenal show. I was so excited for this, and it was exactly what I was hoping it was going to be. So thank you so much for coming on. This was amazing.
Thank you so much. It was so much fun. Yeah.
Well, and anytime you have a project, you hit me up because your art is completely off the charts. I absolutely will have you back on for any projects that you got in the future, for sure.
Thank you so much. I really cannot express how much I value this, how much I feel honored about being here and having this amazing chat with you.
Oh, thank you. This was wonderful. This was great. So go back Myre 2, people, please. It's a 180-page hardcover book. It is beautiful. There is no reason not to. And she's got Myre 1 available on her store. If you back her first, you can get a discount code and go to the store and get that for a little bit cheaper price. And phenomenal artwork, something that you definitely want to get behind. So make sure that you go and back that. And if you would all be so kind to please like, share, and subscribe to Red Valkyrie, we are ever grateful. We are planning on doing a really big celebration in October for us hitting 1K. That should be when my co-host is back, and we're going to get together. We've got a bunch of awesome artwork that we're giving away. I've got a lot of really great comic book bundles that we're going to give away. If I can find a couple other really cool things, I'm going to try and do that too. So please come hang out with us. Make sure that you hit that bell for notifications. And yeah.
You know what? I'm having this red button on the right-hand side, and it tells me that I have not subscribed yet. So see, I'm going to click. You can hear it.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am. I appreciate you. You're so cute. All right. We will catch you guys next time. Thank you for hanging out with us, and we'll see you later.
See you. Bye-bye. Oh my